So can you get seller leads on Instagram, right? Can you connect with real people in your market who need a real estate agent to help them sell their home? I'm here to tell you you can, and I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to make it happen in this video. And hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Stefanie Lugo, and I am obsessed with helping you grow your real estate business using the latest social media and business systems strategies. If you're into that kind of thing, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. Okay, so we've been in the business for going on 7 years now, and if we know anything, it's that you've got a list to exist, baby. But really, especially in a inventory crisis like we're in today, getting listings has never been more important, and it's really difficult to make sure that you are getting in and getting those opportunities with so much competition from other agents in your market. So how are we gonna do this? How are we going to leverage these powerful social media platforms to help us get more opportunities to connect with sellers in our markets? Well, we actually do this quite often in our business because I am an actively producing real estate agent with my husband and our small but mighty team here in Phoenix. And we are so lucky to be able to connect with real sellers in our market every single week and get all kinds of opportunities to sell their homes. Now, the reason this works so well for us, I want to give you a quick overview, is you have to really have an understanding of how social media marketing works. When you are connecting with consumers on social media, a lot of times you are kind of doing top of the funnel marketing, which means you're getting a really broad reach over a large group of people. And these will be potential buyers and sellers, but they may just be earlier on in the timeline. And now you may think, well, Stefanie, I want listings now. I want opportunities today. And you can get those for sure, but if you are going to grow a scalable, sustainable business, we still want to make sure that we're getting those earlier on in the pipe deals, because we're going to be in business a year from now, so we still want those opportunities as well, right? So here's what's so great about that strategy. When you are going after that business, right, the leads who maybe are not ready just yet to transact, what's so beautiful about that is they're not asking for referrals with other agents, or they're not contacting other agents for showings off of Zillow or walking into open houses, right? So if you can create a brand strategy on Instagram to connect with sellers before they start chatting to other real estate agents, you are that much more likely to better convert these leads and have them really, really committed and trusting you and the process throughout the entirety of the transaction. The reason this is happening is because when you are creating awesome content on Instagram that's designed for these individuals, you're removing any doubt in their minds of whether or not you're the right fit for them. You're showing them exactly through your examples in your posts and in your stories and in any other kind of content that you're creating, even in the way that you're interacting with them in the direct messages or the comments. You're really establishing that know, like, and trust factor and showing through your actions that you know what you're talking about and you are the perfect fit for their home sale. So I've got 4 quick steps for you to kind of audit your Instagram account, take a look at your grand plan for your Instagram marketing, and make sure that you are ready to begin generating seller leads. And if you do this, I guarantee that you will start having great conversations with local sellers in 30 days or less. By the way, this is kind of a high-level look of exactly how we do this in the Market Authority Academy. So if you're looking for a little more hand-holding and you really want a guide to help walk you through exactly step-by-step how to build a scalable business that's going to leverage these free strategies on social media, then we should chat. You can book a time to discuss with me whether or not working together in the Market Authority Academy would be a great fit. Okay, so number 1 for our grand Instagram strategy to get in front of more sellers. You've got to make sure that your bio and your Instagram account is primed and ready. All right, if you watch this video, I actually give you tips on how to get started from scratch on Instagram. So check that out. I'm gonna walk you through just kind of deciding what types of accounts you need, making sure that you're ready to go, and that you're gonna make sure that your brand is reflecting in your account and it's really dialed in. And we're gonna actually take this a step further in a next video next week, where we're going to dial down exactly how to create your perfect bio. So there's a couple of different things you're gonna wanna do, right? You wanna make sure you have the right Instagram account that's going to help you create the best content possible. And then you also wanna make sure that people understand who you are, what you do, where you practice. All of that happens in the Instagram bio here. So I'm gonna walk you through how to dial this in that last video that is linked below, and also one that's coming up. Check all the links in the caption for exactly where those are gonna direct you to, but that's your first step. We've gotta make sure that this bio and your account is going to facilitate massive growth and true connection with sellers in your market. Okay, so the second step that we're gonna do after we have our bio and our Instagram account just primed and ready is I do want you to kind of niche down on your geographical area or your farm. Now, a lot of agents really understand the importance of farming, right? Because if you can establish yourself and your authority in a geographical area, like a great neighborhood or subdivision that you just become known as that go-to person, it's going to be easier to get listings in that area because people are going to recognize you as like the person who knows everything about that area. Now, you can still create this kind of brand on social media. It's like farming is not only just about sending out postcards and door knocking and holding open houses in the same subdivision. Now, social media is an extension of that because it gives you a day-to-day connection with the people who actually live there. So that's your second step. I do want you to niche down and think about the actual areas where you want to farm and become known as a listing agent. You should have 1 or 2 areas, not anything giant. You do want to make this a little more narrow than broad. And then I do want you to add these keywords in your bio, like in your bio description. I want you to be thinking about how you can maybe create a stories highlight in your bio for content related to the subdivision. And I do want you to incorporate content around this area in your overall marketing strategy as well. So that's gonna lead us to tip number 3. We've got to create your content strategy, and it's going to include content as related to the farm that we're trying to establish our authority in, but also content that's just generally going to boost you up as a listing agent and showcase your authority in that arena, so to speak. Now, in terms of creating a content strategy, you're going to have a multi-pronged approach, right? Like, tell me this, if you were to get $1 million buyer, like some luxury client taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, I'm looking to buy $1 million home, baby, let's go. Like in most cases, you are so down and you want that opportunity, right? So what we want to avoid as much as we can is creating too tight of a narrative around our content strategy that is going to alienate other potential clients. So we do want to create a lot of listing-centric content in our content strategy on Instagram, but not so much that we're going to shut out other opportunities that we otherwise would love to have. Unless all you want to do is just be a listing agent, and that's fine too. You can go all in on really specializing in that market segment. A lot of agents do that really successfully, so if that's a route that you want to go as well. But these are conversations that you need to be having and questions that you should be asking yourself on exactly what you are willing to do and who you want to attract into your Instagram world, because this is an inbound marketing strategy and it starts with the content that you're putting out there. Now, as a general rule, you might be posting anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, maybe more, not really necessary, but you might be posting to the feed about 3 to 5 times a week. You might also be creating some reels, and you should be showing up in your stories every single day. So from this overall posting strategy that you might have, which by the way, if you're struggling here, this is something that we work a lot in the Market Authority Academy, and a lot of agents struggle with how to create a consistent plan around this. So if that's you, no worries. I have a lot of other videos on this channel that can help walk you through a more overall strategy on your Instagram. So we can either talk directly about maybe working together in the Market Authority Academy to help make this streamlined for you, or check out some of my free videos too. But from your overall Instagram strategy, we're just going to set aside 2 posts a week that are going to really focus on generating that kind of content that's going to showcase you as that listing agent in that area. So this might be a combination of a post to the feed and maybe a reel, or maybe 2 posts in the feed, or maybe 1 post in the feed and an IGTV per week, right? You can do some kind of mix of these different types of content. And then you do want to be going really hard in your stories. Now, what this is going to do is anything that you're putting on your feed or on IGTV or in Reels, that has a higher likelihood of getting in front of audiences on Instagram who don't already follow you. Once they are exposed to that content and they decide to follow you and they want to tune in more to your journey, we're going to leverage the stories in order to get in front of them every single day, because as a general rule, the people who are watching your stories are people who already follow you, which is great. We want to develop those relationships and kind of nurture them into a follower to a fan to hopefully a client. So as we're doing this every single week, we're just having a mind of making sure to touch on different topics that kind of highlight you as a listing agent. This might be maybe showcasing the best schools or best things to do, or best bars and restaurants, or best shopping that all surround this geographical area. And then the other types of content are going to be really kind of bottom of the funnel types of content that are going to be specific to questions or problems or desires that sellers in that area may have. So one example that I've done recently might be this reel where I'm sharing 3 decisions that you need to make before deciding to sell your home. If I wanted to get even more specific here, I would be adding keywords into the caption and into the content that I was actually sharing via video that relate to a geographical area. So for example, we sell quite a lot in the Scottsdale area here in Arizona, and also like the central and downtown Phoenix areas. And so I might say something more like 3 decisions that you need to make before selling your central Phoenix home. Right? I'm just going to get really specific and sharing valuable content that's going to answer some of the questions that I might already be getting from other sellers or other homeowners who I'm speaking to in the area. And now step 4 here, we're just gonna engage. And you know that we talk a lot about engaging on this account. Now remember, engagement is really important content too, right? The comments you're making, the direct messages you're sending, and the conversations that you're starting is all really important content and needs to be a core part of your overall Instagram strategy. So as you're creating this content, we wanna make sure that we are maybe sending it to other people in our database or other individuals who may find it helpful. We want to make sure that we're responding to every single comment that we get. We want to be leveraging the stories with different items like polls and quizzes and responding to the people who are interacting with those, and just initiating assertively as many conversations as we can, which are naturally going to lead to booked appointments for your real estate business, and hopefully some listing appointments where you could meet with real sellers in your market and help them sell their home. And there you have it. Take those 4 steps and then go forth into the world and start connecting with the sellers in your geographical area who need your unique expertise. What do you think? Were there any aha moments here? Let me know in the comments if anything really struck you as surprising, or if there was a tip here that you're super excited to try out for yourself. I love having conversations with you down in there, so definitely leave me a comment and let me know what you think, or if you're going to try out this strategy for yourself in your area. And again, if you want to chat a little further about whether or not we should work together to help make this really work for your business, you can apply to the Market Authority Academy below and book your totally free, no strings attached consultation call where we will discuss where you're at now and where you want to be. And if it seems like I can help, we'll talk further about you getting into the Market Authority Academy, where others have been able to double and triple their real estate business in the span of a couple of months. I would love for you to have a success story like that too. So definitely book a time with me below if you are interested in chatting further. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly hope that this was helpful for you. And if it was, here is your free video tax. Go ahead and hit subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. A, it really helps me with this channel and helps me support other real estate agents just like you. And B, you will be notified when I'm dropping my next video just like this one next week, where we're talking about how to dial in your perfect bio for your Instagram for your real estate biz. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep on crushing it.